Welcome Pisces to your love reading for October 25th and 26th of 2018. So this will be Thursday and Friday. So the full moon was in Taurus, and it does activate your third house of well, it's close to home and family, but it is communication, learning, traveling, sometimes unexpected visitors, or sometimes calls out of the blue from a romantic partner, love interest, or people that might be around. Different things like that could be going on, so just keep that in mind. But some endings around the home could be dealing with the mother or siblings that you might be around, so keep that in mind. So let's see. And you might be when a full moon is there, so the energy is intense. So it might be communication that you either send out or you might receive of some kind of clarity. So let's see. What might be your personal energy coming towards you, Pisces? So the person that you're dealing with, they're not sure. They're indecisive. So this is like, I'm not sure if they're not certain about me, vice versa. You know, this kind of thing is going on. So it could be a juggling act. It could be that they're working, trying to do a whole bunch of different things, but emotionally in love, it's sometimes not sure. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. The person coming towards you, because they might be a bit insecure with themselves. They might not be feeling all that great right now. So when they're not feeling at their best, they could be juggling two different people or another person. It just depends, because they might have doubts about you being the only one for them if they're not feeling at their greatest. So that might be an issue there. So you could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius for some. Some of them might, well, you or them, you might not want to have a child. Some of you might. That might affect the relationship in some way. And let's see, what might your response be? Hold on. Why did that pop up? So this, as I'm shuffling the cards, some of you may be going through a breakup or a separation. So the Two of Cups is in reverse, along with the Ace of Swords in reverse. So a lack of communication, because someone is not communicating or telling the truth or being honest, and it leads to a lot of doubt and friction. So what might your response be for Pisces? So with the High Priestess in reverse, this is a card of either a hidden agenda or not really being sure of what to do, because you might be confused with the High Priestess in reverse. A lot of times that means that you're holding on to things, but sometimes it's where you're not sure what to think when things are fogging, because the Ace of Swords is in reverse, which is a new beginning. You got three twos here. Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups in reverse, and then the High Priestess is two. So making a choice and coming to a clear choice of a decision of what you actually want to do might be a bit confusing a bit. Clarify the High Priestess in reverse. Yeah, when you're confused, this is telling you where someone might have a hidden agenda. The King of Swords is coming out, and it tells you to stick to how you might be feeling. If you feel things are off and you're really not certain, well, even if you have some kind of idea about what someone else might be up to, it tells you to, hey, stick to that, because you're feeling it and you're sensing it for some reason. It's not just coming out of the blue. So just be honest about how you might be feeling. So you do have three people showing up. So they're High Priestess, maybe Pisces or Virgo. Then you have Pisces. Then you have King of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and then you have the fire sign. So I feel like a lot of you might be needing to make a decision and stick to it, and draw boundaries for someone who might not be very honest. Now, what might your love interest response be, or partner? So this is a another fire sign showing up, but it's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So the Queen of Wands is here. So it seems like they might be just trying to motivate themselves to be a bit more passionate and stronger and more confident. They might not be feeling all that right now. So that person affects you in some way. By the Queen of Wands. Yeah, that person is the Page of Cups is in reverse. So either that person is not, so you have two pages, two children that's showing up. So it seems like they might not be feeling all that playful. They might not be all that emotionally stable right now. So they're looking for that. I feel they're trying to do these kind of things, but there could be drinking, there could be drugs or alcohol, different things that could affect that the connection. But when she's coming out in the upright position, she's at her best. But there's something else that affects her or him. All right. Emotional immaturity or insecurity, things like that might be coming about. What might the advice be for Pisces next 2 days? So the Queen of Swords is in reverse. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Got a lot of people that you might be around the next 2 days. So remember, that's interesting. With the third house, I was mentioning the mother or the siblings that might be around. There might be people, children that might be around you that affect you in some way. So keep that in mind. But the Queen of Swords in reverse is to telling you, try to be logical, think clearly, and not to be overly critical of the other person or of your situation, because it's going to come through as too harsh and too sharp. It might feel like that's what you need to give off, but I feel like it draws you in too much of the heart, where you need to be thinking with your mind and logically from what's been going on, what you've been receiving, and what's been coming back to you or sending out in some way. So I feel like that person might affect you in some way, or that's the energy of the emotional intensity that you need to move away from. All right, easier said than done. Okay, so what might be the outcome? Yeah. So the Ten of Wands is in reverse. So that is breaking away from something that is stressing you out, or that might not be all that emotionally satisfying energetically, right? Because that's a Wands card. So it's like a divorce, a separation, or some kind of breakup that's happening because you energetically things just don't seem right. What about the Ten of Wands in reverse? Pisces. And as you release something, or move on from something, either a new idea or a new person arrives in your life. That's what it seems like. Say if you've been waiting on something or trying to move forward in a certain direction, as you hold on to things that might confuse you or someone that might have ulterior motives, you remove yourself from that because you don't need to tolerate it, and then something else arrives that's much happier. So it just depends there. So let's see from the Romance Angels. Do one card from the Romance Angels for Pisces next days. We have passion. It says allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, and the passion can be there. A lot of people that you might be around, and you might have a lot of passion for another person with the Ace of Wands being there, but you have to go through a breakup or just go through as 111. So that might be important for a lot of you. I just said that. And allow a new spark to arrive in your life for some. Let's see one card for Pisces over the next 2 days. In love. Ooh, maybe fairies. In emotional healing, it says, as your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. So whatever this might be, I feel like a lot of you might understand what this is when it deals with another person or someone that's not being truthful or honest, and that you might need to separate from. Even if they seem like they might be making changes, the King of Swords shows up as someone who is still saying, hey, where's the evidence of these changes? You know, so some of you might be going through that kind of situation. So tons of love, lots of light to you, tons of healing vibes. I wish you the best, and you could always go to the website psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for you. Have a good one.